Say hi. Hey y'all, welcome back. So let's get into this video. I don't want to make it too long. I tried to shorten it as much. I had to write, if y'all can see, I had to write in my notes what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. But we're going over my pregnancy, my labor, and how I'm feeling 1 month postpartum. And so it's gonna be kind of long. I'm not gonna make it too long. I'm just gonna hit the basics of everything, and answer the questions. I actually might answer your questions during the video, but I'll answer the questions that people ask me on Instagram too. So let's get into it. Yeah. Say let's get into it. Mommy, sweet boy. So I don't know if I told y'all. Yeah, so actually, yeah. 1 month. He's 1 month now, so we're going to do this. Okay, so let me see how I can. Okay, first thing I wanted to go over was how I found out I was pregnant. Yeah, so it was like me and him were beefing for like a couple days. Like me and him weren't talking for like 2-3 days, and a week before my period was supposed to start, like according to my Flow app, the girlies know, my breasts were a little sore, and yeah, that was about it. A week before like my periods would start, my breasts were a little sore, and then like the day I was supposed to start, or the day before I was supposed to start, I was a little crampy, and then that next day at work, I was going to the bathroom a lot, and I was like, why am I going to the bathroom so much? Like, I didn't think, I'm like, okay, well, maybe my period about to start, so that's why I'm going to the bathroom so much. So I come home from work, and I take a pregnancy test. Well, I'm like, let me just take a pregnancy test, like for giggles, like no, like nonchalantly, not thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be negative. Like I just take a test just to like get it out the way, whatever. So it's a clear boob pregnancy test, and it's digital. So I go to the bathroom, I go pee on the stick or whatever, and I put it down, face downward on the floor. And I'm like just sitting on the toilet. I don't know what I just had a brain fart. I'm like sitting on the toilet waiting so I could look at the test, right? And I picked the test up, and it says pregnant. When I tell y'all, like, I gasped for air, like I was like out of breath, like speechless, and wow, like what the hell, like what? And I like dropped to the floor, and so I'm like walking to the other room to like go get him, and I'm like calling his name. I'm like, come here. And he come in the hallway, and he's like, what you crying for? Mind y'all, we ain't been talking, and we both still beefing. So I'm guessing he thinking I'm crying because we still beefing. So I show him the test, and he just sitting there silent, and I'm just boohoo crying on the floor. He was like, what are you crying for? And I'm like thinking in my head, like, what you mean what I'm crying for? That test saying I'm pregnant, like whole time, like what? Like, but yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant, for real. It was nothing like I had suspicions of being pregnant. Like I didn't have suspicions of me being pregnant because I'm supposed to be the rich auntie, y'all. And here I am with a whole human in my hand. So yeah, but that's how I found out I was pregnant. I ended up taking, sorry, I'm bouncing on the ball so he can stay calm. So yeah, that's why I'm bouncing up and down so he can stay calm. So I ended up taking 4 more pregnancy tests after that, because I had took 2 of them that afternoon. It was like 4. Yeah, it was like 4 when I got off work. And then I had took 2 more that morning, and just because that's when they say you're most fertile. So yeah, all them things said pregnant. And you can't have no false positives. So that's how I became pregnant. That's how I figured out I was pregnant and I became pregnant. So that's about it, for real. And then, yeah, let me see what I have. I got so much, y'all, to talk about, but I really don't want to make this video so long. Okay, now we're gonna go into my pregnancy. Let's just jump into it. I'm gonna go by trimester. I have it spread out. Like, I'm going by trimester symptoms, and I'm going like my cravings, then my emotions, and then how I physically felt. And then yeah, we're gonna go like that. That's how I kind of like organized it to be, so I wouldn't be talking all over the place because I get sidetracked a lot. So this how we gonna do it. So my first trimester, symptom wise, I was definitely having nausea, morning sickness, but my morning sickness lasted all day. Like, I don't know who said morning sickness is just morning sickness. Like, no, that crap lasts all day for me, at least. Certain smells, like, ooh, certain smells made me real nauseous too. Like fish, fast food restaurants, like, you know how that outside smell like real greasy, like that the smell of that like made me want to throw up. What else did I experience? Oh, I was sleepy and fatigued. I would sleep as soon as I get off work at 3:30. I would get home by 4. By 4:30 I'm in the bed, knocked out till about 8 o'clock. Then I would eat and then go back to sleep if I didn't go to the gym, because I made it a priority that I would go to the gym at least 3 times a week. But the days that I didn't go, I would sleep, okay? So that was that. Oh, the headaches. So I experienced headaches before pregnancy, but during my pregnancy, my headaches were so frequent and lasted so long for no reason. Yeah, the headaches got intensified a lot. So then I lost a lot of weight because I was always nauseous, and I wasn't, like, I was eating, but I wasn't eating at the same time because I didn't want to eat. I hate the feeling of feeling nauseous, so I would just sleep it off at times too. So I probably wasn't getting the nutrients that I needed. I did eat, I drank water, I drank fluids, but everything made me sick, so I didn't want to. So I did lose, like, I lost a couple pounds. It wasn't like drastic, like unhealthy weight. But that, oh, and me being hot. I'm already a hot body. So when I got pregnant, I was even hotter. Like, it was unrealistic hot. Like, I was sweating like real bad all the time. Plus it's hot here in Florida, so it's summertime all year round pretty much. And I'm from Michigan, so I'm not used to the heat and humidity and like that. So it was just not it for me. I was struggling with my body the whole pregnancy. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But that was it for my first trimester. Basic stuff. Second trimester symptoms. Second trimester was really a breeze for me, I'm gonna say. I still had some stuff going on, but it wasn't crazy. Like, second trimester is like when it really, like, all my symptoms from first trimester kind of went away. The only thing that I kept was the hotness, body heat, and the headaches. My energy came back a little, like, my energy came back a lot. I kind of started going to the gym more a little bit. So instead of going like 3 times out of the week, I went like 4 or 5. I kind of added an extra day or 2 in there. I still slept a lot, but I think that's kind of just because I had nothing else better to do, pretty much. And then what else did I experience? Oh, pregnancy brain. It kicked in crazy. Like, I was forgetting everything. I was repeating myself a lot. At work, I'm just like, did I do stuff already? Like, I was trying to remember if I did tasks I need to do. Like, pregnancy brain was horrible. I actually was really getting mad about it because, like, I was like, why am I forgetting this? Why am I forgetting this? Oh, this is another thing. I experienced itchy feet, and I was seeing stars a lot, which is a symptom, some symptoms of preeclampsia. If you don't know what it is, kind of like, I think it has to do with like high blood pressure during pregnancy, or I think, I'm not, don't quote me, I think that's what it is. So that's what I was, but I didn't have that problem. Like my blood pressure and everything was phenomenal my whole pregnancy. Like I was really healthy my whole pregnancy. My OBGYN said like she even tested for preeclampsia and I didn't have it. It was just, I think just my body just, we were kind of unsure like why that was happening, but I didn't have preeclampsia. I'm fine. I was fine. I was really healthy like my whole pregnancy. So that was it for the second trimester. Nothing crazy. Only thing, and then I was starting to like get bigger. My belly was starting to show, because I didn't start showing until maybe like 18 weeks for real. Like people can tell to like maybe like I was 18 or 19 weeks pregnant. I was still little. Yeah. Like I didn't really start showing. Like I probably, like people thought I was like maybe bloated, but really I was pregnant. That's how I was looking. Like I just looked like I was just bloated, not really necessarily pregnant, because I really didn't start showing. I thought I was showing as I look back at like my pictures and videos, but I really wasn't. I was really small. So yeah, third trimester. I feel like I keep losing focus. Is it losing focus? Okay. Third trimester. This is where I gained all my weight. My appetite got a little bigger. Some nausea did come back, and I was seeing stars a lot more. What else? Feet was swollen, knees were aching, back was on fire. I was just very uncomfortable. Third trimester. I had gained all my weight in third trimester. Like it just hit me out of nowhere. Like I was just like, I couldn't even process how big I had gotten. It just hit, boom. Then the seeing stars, that kind of got a little obsessive. Like I would just be sitting down seeing stars. If I got up too fast, I would see stars. So I'd have to like, if I was getting out of bed, I would have to like sit at the end of the bed before I got up. I didn't want to like fall or pass out. And then, yeah, that was really it for third trimester. He is knocked out. I'm about to put him down. Y'all see him? Oh, that is his dad. He is his daddy's son. He do not look like me. I'm sad, y'all. He only look like me when he crying. But back on track. So yeah, that was third trimester. Like I was really just struggling with the fact of being big and swollen everywhere. Let's talk about my cravings. Actually, I didn't have no crazy cravings. I really didn't, surprisingly, because I already eat a lot of food. Like I'm not really picky with my food, but I am picky with my food, if that makes sense. But only thing that really intensified was my sweet tooth. I'm already a sugar addict, so I always wanted something sweet. That's the only thing I really craved was sweet stuff. Donuts, ice cream, cake, anything, candy. Like I just always needed something sweet to get me by. But I also ate a lot of strawberries and blueberries. Like strawberries and blueberries I was eating every day, and it had to be cold. Like I had to eat cold stuff. If anything I was craving, it was craving cold stuff. Like I wanted fruit, I wanted salad, I wanted like the cold sub. Like but I was on that strawberries and blueberries real bad. I was eating them every day. I still do till today. But I'm kind of getting tired of it because I've been eating so much. But yeah, that's what I was really on, was the blueberries and strawberries. I think the only thing that I don't eat McDonald's. But one day I was craving McDonald's real bad. Like it was sickening bad. Like if I didn't get it, like I was gonna be sick. But that was it. I didn't have no crazy cravings. Let's talk about The next thing, see, I told you I have to read my notes because I really would have been all over the place.
What am I doing?
Dang, you can't be cussing in my video.
Oh, you recording right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
I just came to get my jacket.
It's hot.
It's fuck.
I'm sweating.
In the house? Oh shit, my fault.
Lord help him. What's your daddy on? Okay, the emotional part, emotions. Whew. Emotionally, prenatal depression was real. For me, I was in prenatal depression the whole pregnancy. I'm gonna say that. Yes, I was. Some of it might not have been because I was pregnant, because I had a lot going on, but I was going through it. I might not have showed it. I really hid it pretty good. I would say no one really knew that I was like in this dark spot. Cause well, some days I would show it, cause it was a few days where I would just not talk, isolate myself completely. Yeah, it was bad. I was really going through it emotionally. Then I was crying a lot. Y'all know I'm a crybaby already, so I was crying even more over a lot of things for no reason. It was just, I was just real sensitive my pregnancy. I started crying because my clothes wasn't fitting. I started crying because I wanted to go to Target one day and he wouldn't go with me. Like, I always cry over my food if it's fucked up, but I was real life mad because I had ordered a pizza one day and they just completely fucked it up. I mean, when I take out my food is always messed up when I order food. There is no, I'm not even exaggerating. Every time I order food, my food is fucked up. But this one day in particular, I had ordered pizza and they had just completely did like whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And then we called them to like tell them like, can we get a new one and all this stuff. They're like, no, we're just gonna give you a refund. I'm not gonna make that. Like, he legit said that on the phone. He said, I'm not gonna remake it. I'll just give you a refund. So what the fuck was I supposed to eat? I was so mad and sad and crying. I was like, them folks, I ain't even gonna tell you what company it is, but they really had pissed me off. Actually, no, I ain't gonna do it like that. But he really sat there and on the phone and said, I'm not gonna remake your pizza. I'm just gonna give you a refund. And he sat there and argued about how he made the pizza and he know he did it right. And I'm sitting here looking at the pizza. But yeah, that was my little interaction that I had. I was supposed to be recording my whole pregnancy and showing y'all like everything. Didn't want to do that no more. Barely wanted to go to the gym anymore, but that's because I was starting to get more fatigued and tired. But like, I was really going through it. Like, it was just so much that had changed and I couldn't even process nothing that had happened to me like in that time frame. So everything just was like, okay, it happened, boom. Oh, something else happened, boom. I couldn't process nothing that was going on last year. Like, I think that's another thing too that kind of made me like in this dark spot, because I didn't get a chance to just sit and relax for real and take a step back and reflect on myself and other things that was going on. I think I'm kind of starting to get to do that now because I have a little more, well, I have free time, but I don't have free time because he take up a lot of my time. But yeah, it was, I'm not gonna go into it. So physically, let's get into the physical part of my pregnancy. As y'all know, I was still going to the gym. If you follow me on Instagram, I would post some clips. I stopped posting gym clips of me being pregnant. I'm actually kind of sad about it. I stopped doing that too. I should have kept doing it. Now that I look back on it, I'm kind of salty. So yeah, I got some things. What else did I feel? Oh, yeah, that was, other than that, like, I told y'all my knees was hurting, my feet got swollen. I just was big. I was just dealing with the fact that I was being big and I'm not used to it. So everything on my body was hurting. Especially everything was just so front loaded. Like all my weight was on the front of my body and nothing was on the back. So it was just a lot for me. And plus I was on my feet a lot at work. Still doing 40-hour weeks. And it was just, my body was tired by the time I went on maternity leave. And I went on maternity leave at 37 weeks. Right, no, 38 weeks. I had 38 weeks and I went on maternity leave because I wanted to rest before my due date a little bit and get things together. So I took 2 weeks prior before my due date to do that. But physically I was okay, but I just was dealing with the fact of being big, which I guess is normal. Next, what I thought I was having. I thought I was having a little girl. I had all girl names, no boy names, nothing. Yeah, I had no boy names. I really thought I was having a girl. And I kind of wanted a girl because I wanted a little mini me, but I still have a little mini me. And he's just so precious. He's just so handsome. And when I found out I was having a boy, I was happy, but I had a slight disappointment. Just a slight disappointment. Like, dang, I wanted a girl. But I'm happy with Legend. Like, I wouldn't change nothing about having a boy. He was really my pride and joy. But everybody else knew I was having a boy. Everybody knew I was having a boy, except for like 2 people. And I was with them. I'm like, girl team. But my grandma, when I went home for my gender reveal, my grandma was like, as soon as I walked in the door, my grandma was like, she having a boy? And I was like, I'm probably having a boy. So I kind of figured I was having a boy by the time the gender reveal because everybody was saying I was having a boy. But I still had that hope of thought I was going to have a girl. Why is I need some more light. It's getting dark. I might have to put my ring light on. Hold on 1 second. I will be right back, y'all. The lighting is a little better and I put Legend down, so. What else? So I was talking about me having a girl. Well, me thinking I was gonna have a girl, but really a boy. Okay, so that's that. Labor. Let's talk about my labor. Labor was a long process. I can't even explain the pain that I was in, y'all. I was in so much pain. I can't compare it to nothing for y'all. You just gonna, if you get pregnant, you just gonna have to see for yourself. You can't compare that pain to nothing. But Monday, so I was due February 8th, which was a Wednesday. I ended up going to the ER on Monday because I was having contractions a little bit and I was bleeding a little bit and I got a little nervous and scared, so I went to the ER. Well, I went to the baby center where I was supposed to give birth at. Then they checked me, they did some ultrasounds, they did everything, and they sent me back home. They said I was fine, which I was fine. It was just a little spotting, it wasn't nothing crazy. Then Tuesday, I was still having contractions, the Braxton Hicks contractions, but they were kind of stronger. They were a little stronger than usual. They were about I would get them like every 2 to 3 hours. I'm trying to hurry up because he gonna start fussing soon. So that Tuesday I was having contractions. That Wednesday I hit 40 weeks exactly. So every Wednesday I would hit a new week of being pregnant. So I hit 40 weeks that Wednesday, and I had my 40-week OBGYN appointment that day too. This is when I started getting my weekly appointments. And I had went into my appointment. I was contracting, but I was having them like every hour. But they was hurting. Like my contractions it was still bearable, but they was starting to kick in a little harder. Then y'all see him fighting for his life. Don't mind my room. My room is messy. We finna move, so that's why there's stuff all over the place. So yeah, that Wednesday I go in, he's like, he checks me to see if I was dilating at all. I'm only 1 centimeter dilated, and my contractions were close enough. So he's like, I can't send you over to the baby center yet. You're just gonna have to go home. And if he wasn't gonna be here on the 8th, they were gonna induce me on the 15th. So that next week, that next Wednesday, when I would be 41 weeks exactly. And I really did not want to wait that long because I was just tired of being pregnant. So as soon as I get home from my appointment, that's when it got real. It turned up real quick. I was having contractions closer, and they were lasting longer, like the whole minute. Legend. Hey, I'm about to move him next to me. Hey, baby. Yeah. There you go. Okay, like I was saying, as soon as I got home, my contractions had turned up, y'all. Like, it got real. I was trying to fight it. Like, I didn't want to go to the baby center because I'm like, they're just going to send me home. My mom was like, we need to go to the ER. I'm like, no, they're just going to send me home because the OBGYN told me I was only 1 centimeter dilated. And if you're not dilated enough or whatever, and your contractions aren't back to back to back, they're going to send you back home. So I was just kind of just like pushing off going because I knew I was like, I just know they was going to send me back home. But then, so I was downstairs with my mom when it happened. I came back upstairs to my room, and I get on the bed. My butt is in there, face is in the pillow. Like, they were coming, like, my contractions were coming like every 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I finally just decided, let's just go to the ER, the baby center. Yeah. So me, my mom, and Tevin, we all in the car. I'm in the back, holding on to the door with dear life. Huh? What's the matter? Huh? You just want to be held? Spoiled? You just want to be held? You just want to be held? Yeah. So I'm in the back seat, hoping, like, please do not send me home, because my contractions were coming in 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, and they were lasting for like a minute. So, but I just knew I wasn't dilated enough. I just knew I wasn't. I was just so stuck on not being dilated enough because that's what my OBGYN told me. So I was like, that's why I was kind of like, I'm gonna get sent home. And they took me, when they checked me into the triage room, they hooked me up and they were monitoring my contractions and blood pressure. My blood pressure was getting high because I was in so much pain. So they ended up keeping me because I was in pain. I really was having contractions every 3 to 5 minutes now by this time. but I still wasn't dilated. But them contractions, whoo, when they really hit, boy, I was like, I wanted the epidural right then and there. Like, but they wouldn't give it to me because it was still too early. I was only 1 centimeter dilated. And they were just talking about they can give me a temporary drug for the pain for a little bit called fentanyl. But whole time, mind y'all, I'm in pain. So I'm like, I didn't catch it, but I kind of caught it. But I was just in the daze. And my mom and and Tevin were like, did they say fentanyl? Like, I think they said fentanyl. And I did not take it, but it wasn't the same fentanyl. They did say fentanyl, but it wasn't the same fentanyl you get on the streets. It was like a controlled medical medicine fentanyl. So, but I did not take it. I ended up waiting until they really checked me into the birthing room and gave me the epidural, which was like 4 hours later. Yeah. See, I told y'all, he just be wanting to be held. What's going on with his head? Don't look at my baby hair. So yeah, once I got into the birthing room, they gave me the epidural. They made everyone leave while they gave me the epidural. And I ain't gonna lie, that shot, it stung a little bit. It stung a little bit. Not gonna lie there. But I'm so glad I got it, because I was numb from my waist down. Didn't feel a thing until it only gets worse. It's gonna get worse. Well, it didn't get worse, but it did get worse. So I finally went to sleep, was able to go to sleep and relax a little bit. By the time I woke up, they woke me up at like 5 a.m. to see how dilated I was. Oh no, my camera's overheating. It's gonna turn off soon. Fudge. Okay. I'm gonna come back and let my camera cool down. I don't know what's going on with this. I really don't. So I'm gonna remember where I left off is that I'm in labor. So I will be back when my camera is done overheating. Recording? Get up and get closer. There go the mom and there go the dad. Laying there looking miserable. My poor baby. Okay, I'm back. Oh, excuse you. You wanted to make a grand entrance. I'm back. Sorry, y'all, for that little interruption. But like I was saying, my while I was in labor, I ended up getting, they gave me the epidural, and I got checked at 5 a.m. to see where I was at dilated, and I was 8 centimeters dilated. So that was good. So the epidural had relaxed me a little bit, so I could open up a little bit more. So the epidural did work. And then at like 7 a.m. they checked me again, and I was fully dilated. So I was 10 centimeters dilated, but my water did not break yet. So my doctor had to break my water. They waited a couple hours to see like if he would like come down, because he was positioned in the right position. He was face down, how he should be positioned to come out, but he just was just too far up in me for me to push. I couldn't start pushing it. So we waited a couple hours. My epidural kept wearing off. I'm gonna tell you that. So like by the time the next day, on the 9th, my epidural kept wearing off, and I had to keep getting little boosters or whatever they was doing. And my OBGYN nurse, she was getting frustrated with the anesthesiologist, because she was like, I shouldn't be doing, like, it shouldn't be wearing off like that, like how it was. And then eventually, like, my blood pressure kept going up high. I ended up catching a fever because he ended up making like a bowel movement in me or something, and I ended up getting an infection. So the infection made me catch a fever. My blood pressure was high. It was like 4 p.m. the next day already, and we went to the hospital around 5:30 the day before. So it's already been about almost 24 hours. So, and it's 4:30. He still was not coming down. Like, They broke my water at 7, and he still was just in the same position he was at till 4:30. And maybe like 20 minutes after, like, they realized that I was having a fever and everything, they're like, we're probably gonna have to go and to do a C-section for you, which was the best for me at the time because he still wasn't coming down. I was still in a lot of pain. Epidural, they couldn't keep giving me the epidural. I was having a fever, I was infectious, so if he even would have came out, he probably could have caught the bacterial infection too from him. So I ended up going into surgery at, I want to say like 5:15. Yeah, they ended up prepping me for surgery, and I ended up having him at 17:41, which is 5:41. I don't know why I'm saying military time. 5:41 p.m. that Thursday on February 9th. That's when I had Legend. And when they got him out, they didn't realize how big he was. So that's why he was just so content in me. Like, he was just chilling. He really was just chilling. So he came up 8 pounds, 3 ounces, and 22.5 inches. Yeah, he was a big boy. He was a big boy. But he came out. I didn't get to see him when he came out, only because they cover you so you can't see. I got to hold him after they got done, like, checking on everything for him, and they were still trying to close me up. But when I held him, I ended up crying. It was like, I'm gonna show y'all a little clip.
Alice, we have one that's holding the whole around. He looks so big.
He looked big in the video, like. So that's my little Legend Amir Lloyd. Yeah. Yeah. He look like his daddy right now. He got his forehead. My boy be mugging. He be mugging. He gets that from me. And when he cries, he gets that from me. Yeah. You going back to sleep? Okay. So that's my birth labor process that happened. I'm not gonna. I actually was actually sad when they said I had to get a C-section because I was just so set on me having a natural birth. Just because the fact, like, how all of my OBGYN appointments went, I really had a good, healthy pregnancy. But as you can see, anything can change at any moment. I keep freaking losing focus. Any moment, any second. I'm having a brain fart while you're in labor. So anything can happen. Anything can change. Just, yeah. Luckily, I had all of my birth wishes that I did not want to happen or to happen before going into labor, because I probably wouldn't even thought straight or made the right decisions if I didn't do that. So let's go into postpartum. Officially 1 month postpartum. How is it going? It is going. It's going. It's tough. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm overly exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. Mentally, I am drained. But I am just in such awe and happiness at the same time. Every time I look at him, I just want to start crying. For real, for real. Because I'm like, wow, I really brought this human into this world. And he's just so precious. He's just so precious. My little handsome boy. He's smiling. Yeah. He really lights up my whole day. I am just, wow. But I am exhausted. I'd be crying some days for a little second. Like, I'll start tearing up. But I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing okay. I really can't tell you at this point in a moment. I do have the baby blues. I'm gonna say that. Well, actually, I had it really bad like the first week that we came home. I was crying every day because I was like, oh, he's growing, he's changing every day. Like, he really was changing every day. He's still changing a lot. He has changed so much from day 0 till now. Because he used to look like me. Now, and he got his color. He dark. I really don't know where he got this color from, because he a little red right now. It's hot, ain't it? It's hot up in here, y'all. But he's just so beautiful. And I wouldn't change anything at all. Anything at all. He's perfect. He's just a little crybaby. But I gotta remember that's the only way they can communicate is by crying. He in the boring stage right now because he don't speak. He just real mute. He remind me of a little alien. Yeah. Yeah. He reminds me of a little alien. Because he just be looking around, silent, mugging. Nothing to talk about. He broke out real bad on his neck. So he has his 1 month checkup on Monday. Yeah. See, I'm growing. See, I look like my daddy. See, I'm over it. Yeah, me too. Y'all. But that's about it, y'all. I know this video is probably so long. That's about it. I have nothing else for you at the time. If you have any questions or still like want to like contact me about anything on a like deeper level, I will inbox me on Instagram. If you have my number, text me. If you haven't, like, comment, subscribe to me, please. And thank you for tuning in. I hope to see y'all in my next video.